Hi again everyone, this is Justin Thomas once again, and I have Hailey Banks with me again.
And we also have another friend with us to join the review, and Boonchuy.
Yes. This is actually the second time we are doing something together. You may recall the three of us went on a mission alongside Microphone and Baby Jaguar to save Ho-Ho and Sophie after Darla Dimple and Chandler sent them to Neptune. Here. Climb onto this rope ladder.
We're free. Come on, Sophie. Let's get out of this cold planet.
You two got it?
Yes.
Great, get in and we're heading back to Earth.
Okay, Justin. They made it in.
Awesome, now let's get you two back to Earth.
Ho-Ho, Sophie, are you two okay?
Yeah. We just feel a little cold.
I'm freezing, seriously. I didn't even know Neptune was the coldest planet in the solar system.
You poor things. Don't worry, you're safe now, you two. But what should we do with you now?
Hey, I have an idea. We are going to take Sophie and Ho-Ho to Diego's Animal Rescue Center.
Wow. That's a really good idea, Justin. Even though Sophie isn't an animal, we also help our human friends whenever they need help too.
Phew. I'm glad Diego and Alicia can help out humans as well. But thank you so much for saving us, Justin. You're our heroes.
Yeah, Sophie is right. You're the one person we know to count on.
You're welcome. Okay, hang on everyone. We are about to...
So yeah, Justin pitched the idea to have me join the review too. Speaking of which, Justin, tell the viewers what show we are doing this time.
Well, after me and Hailey reviewed Hey Arnold last year, now it's time to do a review on one of my favorite Disney Channel shows alongside the buzz on Maggie. Hailey's on it, American Dragon, Jake Long, Kim Possible, Amphibia, the list goes on. But this certain show I'm doing was something I did for Black History Month, and that show I saw Broken Bar the Proud Family.
And this show came around 2001.
Now without further ado, let's get started.
The Proud Family is a Disney Channel animated sitcom created by Bruce W. Smith, who is also known for being the supervising animator for Kerchak from Tarzan, Paka from The Emperor's New Groove, Pearl from Home on the Range, and Dr. Facilier from The Princess and the Frog.
Bruce W. Smith also worked on other movies such as Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Space Jam, and Cats Don't Dance. It was developed by Smith and Orrin Spicer. Oh, and get this. Did you know that this was originally going to be a Nickelodeon show?
Yes, we're not kidding. The Proud Family was originally pitched to Nickelodeon. There is even a lost pilot episode too. But as of now, the full version hasn't been found yet. But from what we remember, that was remade into the episode Rumors.
Which is similar to the pilot of Hey Arnold, where that pilot was remade into the Season 1 episode 24 Hours to Live, produced by Jambalaya Studios. The series follows 14-year-old Penny Proud, as she navigates her way through the 2000s by going to school with her friends, and sometimes getting into wacky shenanigans alongside her family as well. The characters live in the fictional Smithville, California.
The show premiered on September 15, 2001. And ran for 2 seasons, with a total of 52 episodes. The show ended on August 19, 2005, with a TV movie that concluded the series overall.
Well, that was until the show came back in 2022, with the revival sequel series titled Louder and Prouder. Oh, and get this, the titular family was actually based on Bruce W. Smith's real family. And Smith also said he took some inspiration from The Cosby Show with an interesting slant. The show even featured a lot of familiar characters we know. Speaking of which, let's go over the characters.
And just like our review of Hey Arnold, we are not going to do every single character, otherwise it would take up the entire video. But for starters, let's start with Penny Proud. Penny is the show's 14-year-old protagonist. She is a good-natured, smart, and sensible girl who likes hanging out with her friends, even though they sometimes throw her under the bus. She also likes her parents too, but she does sometimes have a tense relationship with her dad. In the Proud Family movie, Penny turned 16 years old. However, in Louder and Prouder, she is 14 again, which I think is because a season 2 episode of Louder and Prouder stated the fact that the movie was just a dream. Penny is voiced by Kyla Pratt. Fans of the Dr. Dolittle films will also know that name, because she was in those films as Maya Dolittle.
Next we will go over the rest of her family, starting with Oscar Proud, who is the patriarch of the Proud family. He is Penny Proud's overprotective father, and the husband of Trudy Proud. As mentioned before, he usually has a tense relationship with his daughter Penny. Usually, he wants Penny Proud to be hanging out with boys. I mean, what's the big deal? Boys aren't that big, you know. Despite this, he still has a softer side for her. Oscar also runs a business called Proud Snacks, which a lot of people on the show do not like, and I don't know what he puts in it, but we will never know for sure. Oscar is voiced by Tommy Davidson, who is also known for appearing on the sketch series In Living Color. Oscar also has a country cousin named Dre Ray, who is voiced by Anthony Anderson, and his wife, Nettle, is voiced by Monique Oakes.
Then we have Trudy Proud. Trudy is Penny Proud's mother and Oscar's wife. Unlike Oscar Proud, who is usually strict to Penny, Trudy is a soft-spoken person who wants her daughter to be safe out in the world. Trudy also works as a veterinarian. She also fell in love briefly with some other characters on the show, including Smokey Robinson in the episode Wedding Bell Blues. Trudy is voiced by Paula Jai Parker. Trudy's parents, Maureen and Dr. Vincent Parker, who appeared in Behind the Family Lines, are voiced by Cicely Tyson and Robert Guillaume respectively. She also has a sister named Diana voiced by Cheryl Lee Ralph.
Next up is Sugar Mama. Her real name is Charlottetown Proud. Sugar Mama is Penny Proud's grandma, Oscar's mother, and Trudy's mother-in-law. Some people consider her the best character in the show. She loves watching wrestling, sleeping, and likes teasing Oscar whenever he messes up at times. But yet, she still has a soft spot for him. Sugar Mama also has a sister named Aunt Spice, who only appeared in the episode Penny Potter. In the Proud Family Louder and Prouder episode Old Town Road, it's revealed she originally came from Oklahoma with an extended family before she moved to Smithville. She also has a dog named Puff, who enjoys eating, watching romantic movies, and dislikes being tormented by BB and C's. Puff was voiced by Tara Strong in Season 1, and then by Carlos Alazraqui in Season 2. The movie, and Louder and Prouder, Sugar Mama was voiced by Jo Marie Payton. Her sister Aunt Spice was voiced by Jennifer Lewis.
Speaking of BB and Cece are Penny's younger twin brother and sister. BB is the twin in an orange shirt and has an afro. It's usually covering his eyes, just like Lucy Loud, and CE has brown hair and a pink dress. As mentioned, they would usually sometimes torment Puff and sometimes to Penny too. They also had an episode focusing on them titled From Twins to Tweens, where a rocker granted a wish on Penny that the twins were old enough to take care of themselves. And I know the teen version of BB was voiced by the late Lee Thompson Young, aka the famous Jet Jackson. BB and CE are also named after the gospel music brother and sister duo, BB and CE Women's. BB and Cece are both voiced by Tara Strong. She does the role very well, like how she did with Dill Pickles from Rugrats and Belle from T.
Penny also happens to have an uncle too. Next I will talk about Bobby Proud. Bobby is Penny's uncle, Oscar's brother, and Sugar Mama's other son. He talks by singing a lot when he appears on screen, and he dresses in an attire that looks like something from the 1970s. Sugar Mama favors Bobby over Oscar, which makes the latter jealous at times. He also owns a nice green car which I believe is a Chevrolet. Bobby returns in Louder and Prouder with a new attire that looks like something from the 1990s. He was voiced by Cedric the Entertainer.
However, Cedric the Entertainer didn't reprise the role for the Proud Family movie, probably because he was working on The Honeymooners and Madagascar, which both came out the same year as the Proud Family movie, so stepping in to fill his place was Arsenio Hall. Cedric though would return to voice him again for Louder and Prouder. Now we have Penny's four friends. Let's start with Dijnay Jones. Dijnay is Penny Proud's best friend. While she may be seen as a best friend to Penny, she is usually seen being untrustworthy to Penny, and she even throws her under the bus in some certain episodes. For an example, in the season 1 episode Enter the Bullies, Daijnae snitched on her best friend Penny by having the Gross Sisters tell them where she is, and after that, she gets a free Gross Sisters pass. And another example was in Adventures in Babysitting. Daijnae was supposed to be helping Penny babysit her 9 siblings and BB&Cs, but she however decides to ditch them and go straight to see Third Story in concert. Even people all over the internet say she is a terrible friend to Penny for all the stuff she did to her. Do I actually agree with them? Well, a little. I like Daijnae, but I did dislike how she straight up did those 2 things I mentioned to Penny. I still think she's a great friend, because in the end, she apologizes and their friendship continues. Another reason why people hate Daijnae is because she has a huge obsessive crush on Sticky Web. But yeah, Daijnae was voiced by Karen Melina White.
Next up is Zoe Hauser. Zoe is a shy, timid, and insecure friend to Penny. She is usually seen being afraid of who she is and wants to be accepted. She and her family are Jewish. Zoe also had a slight change during Louder and Prouder. Not only because she has a new outfit, but she also got taller too, just like Skeeter from the Disney version of Doug. Which I will say, Zoe's change is better than how Skeeter changed in Disney's Doug. And do not get Justin started on Disney's Doug. He hates that show as much as Mike's Toontown hates Rocket Power. Anyways, Zoe was voiced by Solomon Fright, who is also remembered for playing the title character on Punky Brewster.
Then there's La Cienega Boulevardes. La Cienega is Penny Proud's friend and rival at the same time, making her a frenemy, similar to Kendall Fox from Kif. She and her parents Sunset and Felix moved in across the street from the Proud family in the very first episode of the series. While La Cienega be a bit mean and sassy at times, there are times where she has her moments with Penny. She is also a popular student at Willie T. Rebs Middle School. She is also recognizable for her big feet. Yes, I'm not kidding. La Cienega has big feet. If you don't know what I mean, here, watch this clip.
Nobody likes me anymore. It's these stupid feet.
Oh, now come on. I bet they're not so bad. Whoa, now!
So yeah, I hope that answers your question. La Cienega was voiced by Elisa Reyes.
And then there is Sticky Web. Sticky Web is Penny Other's friend in her group, and the only boy of the group. Sticky is a cool tech nerd who can be able to build or hack into any type of device. So I'm guessing he may have been an inspiration for Wade from Kim Possible, because he too is a tech person who can hack into any device. He's a computer genius. Anyways, Sticky is also Penny's loyal friend. Sticky was also part of a group of bullies called the Altos, but after when the Altos used him to cheat in the race, he betrayed them and the Altos were forced to be testing dummies at Proud Snacks. He even returned in the very first episode of Louder and Prouder, but sadly, it would be the last time we would see him, because he and his family moved to Japan because his dad got a new job. And he also could not stand being near Daijnae, so Maya Jenkins replaced him in Penny's friend group. Sticky was voiced by Orlando Brown, who is also the voice of the title character from Disney's Fillmore, and played Dobbs in Max Keeble's Big Move.
Next up is Wizard Kelly. Wizard Kelly is one of the show's recurring characters. He is a wealthy and famous businessman who made his fortune from a game of basketball, which occurred when Nasser made a shot that ended up in Wizard Kelly's team's net instead. There are also various places in the show that has his name in it. These include Wizard Kelly Studios, Wizard Kelly Theater, and McWizards. He is most recognized as the tallest character in the show, and you also can see his entire face, similar to MSS Bellam from the Powerpuff Girls. But however, we did see his entire face briefly in the Proud Family movie. And there's your proof right here. Anyways, Wizard Kelly is also based on Magic Johnson, and he was voiced by Amy Spears, who also does the voice of his son, Lil Wayne.
And then we have the Gross sisters. Nubia, Olei, and Gina Gross are the neighborhood and school bullies who are usually seen snagging money from Penny and her friends. While the Gross sisters are mean most of the time, they do have some nice and caring moments. For an example, one episode featured Penny giving Olei a makeover in order to get people to recognize her. And in the episode The Altos near the end, the Gross sisters alongside the other characters helped Sticky take a stand toward the Altos. In Louder and Prouder, they no longer force Penny and her friends to hand money to them, as they now form a hip-hop group. They even had a song called Hands Up Cash Out. Nabia is voiced by Raquel Lee. Gina and Olii, however, do not speak.
Now we have one of my favorite recurring characters on the show, Michael Collins. Michael Collins is a flamboyant friend to Penny. He also the son of Coach Collins, who was the coach of Willie T. Ribbs Middle School. In the original series, Michael was a short 12-year-old African-American boy who had black hair, a gray headband, and a white long-sleeve attire similar to Sid Chang's outfit. In Season 2, his skin was changed to a lighter tone making him more Native American, and he had his hair dyed to brown, and his shirt and headband were changed to purple. Michael also had a main role in the episode Who You Glyn a Sissy, where a group of people kept picking on Michael and called him a sissy, and in the final act, turned into a giant and threatened to beat up the people who made fun of him, until Penny helped him out and resumed back into his normal self. Michael returned in Louder and Prouder with a fresh new look. He is now 16, and is now taller, and even has a gender non-conforming appearance from his clothing and hairstyle. He has worn different outfits during that series. Michael was voiced by Phil Lamar, who also does the voice of Coach Collins. In Louder and Prouder, he is now voiced by Edge Johnson, who happens to be the son of Magic Johnson.
There is also this cute little boy by the name of Peebo. Peebo is a 9-year-old boy who is a neighbor to the Proud family. When he is on screen, he has a cute theme playing in the background. Peebo is usually seen bonding with Oscar Proud. In his first appearance in Poetic Justice, he bonds with Oscar because all he wants is a friend. He also warns Oscar about what wacky shenanigans he has in mind. He returns in another episode where he helps Oscar out and makes sure Penny does not hang out with any boys. And he is seen briefly at the start of Monkey Business where he quotes working up Proud's snacks due to Oscar's behavior. At WWLD-MTV the last time we would see Peebo. He is another character who returned for Louder and Prouder. Peebo is voiced by Cree Summers, who you know very well for her other voice roles, such as Number 5, Susie Carmichael, Rena Carflight, Cleo, etc.
There are also the Chang triplets. Billy, Debbie, and Julie Chang are fraternal siblings of Asian descent. They are most likely a mix of Chinese and Korean due to their surname. They are straight-A students who try to live up to their father's expectations. They first appeared in the episode Spelling Bee where they participated in a spelling bee with Penny and Crandall Smythe, a longtime rival of Oscar Proud. They made other appearances including Hip Hop Helicopter where they did a nice Chinese type dance to the audience and they loved it. As well as in Crouching Trudy, Hidden Penny where they do karate alongside their uncle Parker Lee, who happens to be voiced by Kyun Young, the voice of Kaz from Hi Hi Puffy Emi Yumi, Lao Shi from American Dragon Jake Long, and Mr. Songbin from Codename Kids Next Door. They once again returned in Louder and Prouder, but this time, all three of them have a different appearance. In the Proud family, Lydia Look voiced all three of the triplets. In Louder and Prouder, Lydia still voiced Julie, and this time, Billy was voiced by Miyachi, while Debbie was voiced by Hailey Chu, who also does the voice of my best friend Marcy Wu. You know what's ironic? My voice actress Brenda Song also appeared on the Proud family Louder and Prouder as the voice of a news reporter named Vanessa Vu.
Speaking of news reporters, before Vanessa Vu arrived on the scene, in the OG series, there was a reporter named Marsha Mitsubishi. She was the original news reporter for Smithville. She also sometimes talks about not liking her job, a thing Vanessa Vu would do. She appeared in only 3 or 4 episodes by the events of Louder and Prouder. Off-screen, Marsha was reporting from a helicopter before it somehow vanished into the air, similar to the disappearance of Amelia Earhart, and that's when Vanessa Vu took her place. Marsha was voiced by Sandra Oh, who is also known for voicing Sun Park from American Dragon Jake Long, Ming Lee from Turning Red, and will voice Moxie, a new female Smurf in the new Smurfs movie, coming this July.
Next I will talk about Lahinega's family. It consists of Herd at Felix, who is Oscar's best friend that owns a construction company. He and Oscar are named after Jack Clement and Walter Matthau's characters from The Odd Couple. He and Oscar would tend to get in trouble at times that would upset both of their wives. Sunset is Lashi and Aga's mom, Felix's wife, and Ruddy's best friend who works as a police officer, a role she would be promoted to in Louder and Prouder, where she then becomes a detective. She also has a lot of things in common to Truddy. Lashi and Aga also has a grandpa named Pappy. He only speaks Spanish and has a result of insulting Sugar Mama despite her having a crush on him whenever Pappy speaks. Subtitles would appear on screen translating what he is trying to say. He is also based and modeled after Cesar Romero-as Joker from Batman. Felix was voiced by Carlos Mencha, Sunset was voiced by Morgan Alf, and Pappy was voiced by Alvaro Gutierrez, while his laugh was done by Kevin Michael Richardson.
Here's the second to last character we will bring up. Mrs. Hightower. Mrs. Rhonda Hightower is a teacher at Willie T. Rebs Middle School. While she talks in a soft, quiet manner, she would switch to a loud voice to get the students' attention when they don't listen to her. It's unknown what class she taught in the original series. She is another character to have returned in Louder and Prouder. But this time, she is now promoted to being the principal at the school. Just like how Mayor White became the principal of Doug's middle school in Disney's Doug. Like what Hailey said earlier, don't get Justin started on Disney's Doug. He disliked how Mayor White became the principal in the Disney version. He should have resumed his position as the mayor. Anyways, back on topic. Mrs. Hightower was voiced by Patricia Belcher.
And finally, the last character I will talk about for this review is Dr. Payne. Dr. Payne is the Prouds' doctor. He is a typical good doctor to the Prouds, but can be rough at times, especially towards Oscar. His main catchphrase he says frequently is "quiet fool," which is what he says to Oscar to get him to shut up, even if he has to pay the medical bills. His personality and attitude is an allusion to famous wrestler Mr. T. And I like Dr. Payne. He is another recurring character I like, especially because he was voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson. And with that out of the way, those are all the characters we will review for now, so now we will.
Hey Justin, how's the review of my show going?
Oh, hi Amy, hi Penny, it's doing great. We just finished talking about the main and supporting characters.
Also, I heard one of you said that the voice of Kaz was on the show too?
Yes. That was me who said it.
Penny, why didn't you tell me Kaz was on your show?
Maybe it's because it's been a while since we haven't seen you, because if memory serves correctly, before you came back in 2024. We last saw you in 2021 in an episode of Morbix for Hire.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that time. And BTW Justin, I like the outfit.
Thanks Amy, I look just like Oscar Proud.
BTW, are you almost done? Because Amy and I are going to see the day there's Blump up at the Wizard Carly Theater, and we want you to come along with us.
Wow, really, we would love to.
We are almost done, Penny. There is one last thing we need to review on the show, and that's the movie. Alright, well in that case, me and Amy will take a seat right here.
And now, it's time for the Proud Family movie, which served as the series finale to the original series. Similar to how Hey Arnold the Jungle movie was the series finale to Hey Arnold.
This TV movie aired on August 19, 2005, the same day it aired its original final episode Psycho Duck. The plot revolves Benny Proud's 16th birthday, and she wants to join her friends in performing with Sticky Webb's cousin 15 Cent's concert. But her dream backfires after Oscar sees her kissing 15 Cent and grounds her indefinitely. Meanwhile, Dr. Carver's clone invites the family to come relax on a tropical island. But what they don't know is that Dr. Carver's clone wants the secret formula to Oscar's peanuts, so he makes clones of the Proud family, and it's up to Benny to thwart their plans, save her real family, and hopefully have Oscar show a change of heart.
And yes, Dr. Carver has a clone in this movie who is the main antagonist. The real Dr. Carver, on the other hand, is a hero.
And after watching the TV movie itself, this was a perfect wrap-up to the original series. And I'm glad it wouldn't be the end either. Because 2 decades later, we would get Louder and Prouder, which we will do a review on it for a future video.
And this movie features the voices of Arsenio Hall as Dr. Carver and Bobby Proud, and Omarion as 15 Cent. As mentioned earlier, Cedric the Entertainer was unable to reprise his role as Bobby, probably because he was busy working on The Honeymooners and Madagascar, which both of those movies came out the same year as this one, so that's why Arsenio Hall stepped in his place.
But regardless, at least Cedric the Entertainer returned to reprise his role for Louder and Prouder. So overall, The Proud Family is a great Disney Channel animated sitcom with some likable characters, some nice animation, interesting stories, and some really good songs too. In fact, before the regular show had the moment to throw in songs from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s. The Proud Family did the same thing here, even in Louder and Prouder.
Yes, they had some popular songs featured in the show such as Independent Women by Destiny's Child, Throw 'Em Up by Romeo Miller, known back then as Lil Romeo, Video by India Ari, and More Love by Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. And even the one song that went viral all over the internet, Peanut Butter Jelly Time. And coming back to Destiny's Child, they also sang the theme song alongside Beyoncé's sister Solange.
Speaking of Smokey Robinson, he is one of the show's prominent guest stars. Other guest stars included Ron Glass, John Witherspoon, Dante Bosco, Al Roker, Shia LaBeouf, James Avery, Steve Harvey, Chick Hearn, Lou Rawls, Samuel L. Jackson, Raven Simone, Vivica A. Fox, Tim Conway, Kobe Bryant, Ving Rhames, Jeffrey Tambor, Michael Clark Duncan, Mariah Carey, Ted McGinley, Keone Young, Tim Curry, Alicia Keys, Stephen Root, Roscoe Lee Brown, Gabrielle Union, Faizon Love, Jeffrey Garcia, Shar Jackson, Cole Mitchell, and even Randy Jackson of the Jackson 5.
Holly Molly Penny. Your show had a lot of guest stars.
Well, Justin knows his voice actors very well. He knows mostly all the people who worked on my show.
So overall, The Proud Family definitely gets a 10 out of 10 for me.
And that will be our review on The Proud Family.
If you enjoyed this review, make sure you like and subscribe to Jack the Maker Guy to see Justin review more TV shows. With the help of his friends like me.
Now with that out of the way, we have a movie to see, right Justin?
Oh yes, my lovely shining star.
Wow, Star looks just like Trudy Proud with that outfit.
Well, and the fact that Justin and Star love each other so much, that's what my parents are like.
And by the way, Justin, Jack booked the tickets, and we are on the top row of the Wizard Kelly Theater.
That's really cool. I like being on the top row. Anyways, Chloe, are you ready?
Yes, I am Justin.
Hailey, seeing the day the Earth blew up is part of your list of things you have to do as well.
Wait, it is. Well, what do you know? Looks like I do have to see it as well.
Beta, where did you even come from? I understand Glow-E was in Justin's pocket, but you just came out of nowhere.
Go animate logic Amy.
It's Amy.
Amy, Ami. I think they are the same thing.
I apologize about Beta Me. He's sometimes like this.
Understandable, Hailey. So Justin, Star, and Hailey, are you all ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay everyone. Let's head over to the theater.
And to everyone watching, this video is brought to you by The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie, and it will be coming soon to DVD and Blu-ray on May 27th, rated PG. That's all folks.